Namaskar, Dr. G. Viswanathan, Dr. Anil D. Sastabudde, Dr. Jeff Parikh, Dr. Harivansh Chaturvedi, Dr. Prashant Valla, Ms. Sami Meman, Vice Chancellors, Deans, Principals, and the professors from various institutions, my dear students, distinguished guests, and others who joined the event virtually. It's a matter of great pleasure for me to inaugurate this two-day conclave of Indian B Schools leadership, jointly organized by ASCSB, PSA, DPSI India, on a theme of great contemporary relevance. Indian B Schools navigating a sustainable future by merging local and global best practices. The fact that more than 20 thought leaders, deans, directors, and policymakers are addressing this conclave virtually showcases it as an excellent opportunity for leaders of Indian B schools to learn from local and global best practices for managing business education. Needless to add, our B schools play a very vital role in our economy and society because future managers, leaders, and innovators are groomed and trained here. Friends, I compliment the AACSB and EPSI for their initiative in organizing this conclave despite the grave challenge posed by COVID-19 pandemic. I sincerely hope that this conclave will facilitate the merging of India and global best practices in management education during these turbulent times and in post-pandemic times as well. For decades, in the post-independence era, India relied heavily on US institutions like Harvard and MIT. But one of the heartwarming features of recent times is that hundreds of top management faculty members in USBS schools were born and educated in India. I find this to be an excellent example of interdependence between the two largest democracies of the world in forging an academic partnership, which would in turn provide a constant flow of talent to spur innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic growth around the world. My dear friends, as we are aware, this COVID has impacted education in a big way globally, forcing educators and students alike to adapt to the online mode. Business schools worldwide have also had to make this transition to a virtually online mode of teaching and learning. While teachers and students are accustomed to the virtual mode of interaction, this rather dramatic shift has posed several challenges for them on many fronts, mainly because of the exclusive nature of contact. Students are detached from familiar patterns of academic interaction. They can no longer experience living with a community of learners and instructors. I'm certain that the faculty members of these schools aim to empower learners as well as co-creators in their own development. In doing so, they would be mentoring rather than lecturing and will guide more than instruct. Even in the virtual context, learners need to experience navigating their way in the way normal and learning critical thinking and independent decision-making skills. I'm sure, my friends, India has more than 3,400 business schools with an enrollment of around 1 million students. However, according to Indian Skills Report 2020, the employability of MBA graduates stands at 54% in the country. It's an imperative that our B schools think of all ways of bridging the earning gap between enrollment and employability. As you are aware, increased interaction between academia and industry is a prerequisite in terms of exposure to real life situation and hands-on learning for the students. In addition to futuristic skills, the B school should also focus on enhancing soft skills of students, which form an integral part of the overall makeup of a successful manager. The 5 interactive sessions of this 2-day conclave are likely to cover a lot of meaningful academic ground. I'm sure the discussions will center around many important issues faced by the educators in B schools in India and elsewhere in the world. I'm happy that this conclave will deliberate the theme of overreaching significance, navigating a sustainable future. It's very important to ensure that our pursuit of development does not degrade and pollute our environment. Development should not come at the cost of environment. As a result of global warming, the world is witnessing increasing frequency of extreme climate, which inevitably impact business as well. Therefore, the world needs to transformational business managers who can look beyond short-term profit margins and work for long-term sustainability. I'm happy to note that many B schools are making sustainability an integral part of their training and curriculum. It has been my firm belief that education must be socially relevant. We know that agriculture still remains the mainstay of our economy. I would therefore urge the bright young students from India's premier management institutions to visit nearby villages, study, interact with the farmers, and identify rural India's business as well as social problems and come up with viable solutions to make agriculture more sustainable. In conclusion, I would like to add that young managers should have a larger vision of nation building through businesses. Building character, imbibing values, and inculcating empathy in budding managers should be the priority of our business schools for a better and happier world. I hope that Indian Business Schools Leadership Conclave 2021 will deliberate on all these issues and open new vistas for providing solutions to various challenges being faced by humanity. I'm happy that I'm able to participate in this conference and inaugurate it. I hope that these 2-day deliberations will be meaningful and you will be giving the needed advice to the students who are all studying the business management. My best wishes to all of you for a successful conclave. Thank you for Viswanathan ji and other friends for taking the initiative and also inviting me for this conference. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful to you